Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God Chapter 593 or Season 3 Episode 176. And this is a very, very special one for me, so this is going to be a little bit of a longer intro, but I just wanted to give a huge thank you out to all of you, because this is sort of a birthday special and an anniversary special for me. So for forever, my birthday and New Year's and Christmas Eve have always been exactly a week apart. And this year, I think is the first time maybe, since I've started doing this, that I remember at least, that, on Christmas Eve, we had Tower of God, on New Year's Eve, we had Tower of God, and here on my birthday, we have Tower of God. I've got to do it 3 weeks in a row. But not only that, I think I posted my first ever Tower of God video on January 4th or January 6th. I think it was the 4th of 2016. So this is the 8-year anniversary of me doing Tower of God videos. It has been 8 years, which is absolutely insane. And it kind of made me want to talk about that a little bit. Because when I first started making this, I took a lot of inspiration from One Piece YouTube and what was going on there. Because there was nobody. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 manga pod episodes on Tower of God, but those were like one single one-off things talking about Tower of God, something that happened twice. But I looked and I saw, all the people, all the tons of people making theories and reactions and all these videos talking about One Piece, reviews, everything. And I was like, I kind of want to do that for Tower of God. So when I first started doing it, there was nobody else, literally no one. And I would always try my hardest. Anytime I saw somebody start making a video on it or any videos, I would immediately reach out and be like, we need to do stuff, we need to do stuff. And people would maybe do a couple videos and then quit, and it just never ever worked out. So after a while, I just started sort of receding into my own world. And that's until somebody from my comments put me in touch with Naya, and I got to start communicating with Naya and being a part of stuff with him. But then also around the same time even is when I met Dr. Bonehead by him commenting on my videos. I think he started doing Pokemon stuff, maybe, if I remember correctly, before he was doing Tower of God stuff, but he started commenting on my videos. I guess it must have been around when he first started reading, and around then he also started doing the Tower of God fan dub. So there was that. Then he started, of course, doing his own reactions and stuff, and that's how I first, got in connection with them. And since then, there's been so many other people that have come and gone, and even if I say gone, so many of them are still around. Even if they're not making weekly Tower of God videos, they're still doing Tower of God stuff. We've had the full read-throughs that we've gotten from Sunwoo and Milios. We've had people that have done reactions and weekly stuff, like East and Always J. Carson and The Otaku Fix, and so many others, and I hope I'm not forgetting any. Vanity Lang or Vanity Pride Cosplay was one of the first people doing stuff who did things for Tower of God for a long time, but doesn't really anymore. We've had Ron Can, who came along and now at this point has been doing things sort of on his own consistently with Tower of God for years at this point. Animosity, who's been doing things for a good amount of time at this point. Lahel Sympathizer was big in earlier days of Tower of God fandom stuff. We've had Boss Jesse, who's done so much. And even I think Boss Jesse still is I think somebody from my Discord said that he was a moderator for maybe one of the Tower of God Discords or something, but I don't want to give wrong attribution or anything, but again, he's still doing things and still communicates with all of us like other Tower of God YouTubers. There's just so many others that I hope I'm not forgetting anyone, leaving anyone out. I know I'm far behind on Antisocial Planet's stuff, so I'm not sure where she's at this point, but I, have watched her stuff a lot. I have been marathoning through trying to catch up to Dr. Bonehead, or Dr. Bonehead's then fiance, now wife, Amy Angel, or Amy Angel VA. I think she's just Amy Angel on YouTube, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been an over 2-year-long journey for her catching up to Tower of God, and she's almost caught up now. So we went from 8 years ago, things just being little young 8 years ago, me, still in school, on my high school laptop, with no actual real microphone, no experience, no anything, just making videos sitting on my bed with my laptop, to now having Dr. Bonehead at nearly 100,000 subscribers, really dozens of other people doing this stuff on Tower of God YouTube, and it's grown so much in these 8 years, and like, that is the best gift ever. That is absolutely amazing. It's become what I looked at like One Piece YouTube doing, and it's kind of become its own thing. It's been amazing. We don't have the Tower of God fan dub anymore, but now we have Towers and Gods, which is incredible and very successful in its own right. Some of my favorite things have been when a lot of us have come together. There's been some of the things I'm most proud of doing, my screen time video, which I did at 500, and I'll be doing another one when we get to 600, so please look forward to that. The character poll was huge for me. The big, like, arc ranking video, as scuffed as the technical issues might have been, that I did with Ron Can. I don't remember if I accidentally called him Kick the Can Productions earlier, but Ron Can now. That I did with him and Dr. Bonehead and Boss Jesse. All of the things, like all of the different collabs that Naya has put together, that he's put the work in to bring all these people together. Dr. Bonehead's 24-hour stream, which was amazing, one of the coolest Tower of God things, where I forget the exact number, but I'm pretty sure he raised over $1,000 for charity. That's incredible. There's just been so many amazing things, and not just from YouTubers, but from all of the people around us. There's so many people that have made really cool fan art and memes and sort of what am I thinking of? Fan stories. There's fan fiction. I was like, there's a word for that, and I'm forgetting it. So many people and fan theories, so many people have made so many incredible things, and you see so many of these people. If you watch me and Ron and Joe and Naya, you see so many of the same names giving so much support to everyone and bringing everyone together. And I just want to say it's amazing. A huge thank you to all of you. All of you who are watching this have been a part of that, have supported all of us. And I just want to say a huge thank you for everything that all of you have done in these past 8 years to really, change something, build something. And what's incredible too is so many of these people that came in, AOA Show and Isaiah, I forgot to bring up before, are great. There are probably so many others I forgot, and I'm so sorry if I forgot any of you. I'm going to feel so guilty afterward if I did. I'm going to feel so guilty if I forgot anyone. And there's probably people that I don't even know personally. Not that I, getting a little parasocial there, not that I know most of those others that I mentioned before that well. I don't want to overstep bounds there. But you get my point. So many new people came in when we got the anime. And even if you don't think the anime adaptation was that good, one thing that I've always said was the best thing to come out of it is all the amazing new people that it brought into Tower of God. And this year, we're getting Season 2. So we stand to maybe gain so many new amazing voices within the whole Tower of God sphere. So yeah, I just wanted to, show my appreciation and gratitude, and just thank all of you for being so amazing. So I wanted to do that. That turned into a long thing. I tried to hold myself back from getting like too super overly sappy and emotional with it. And one other thing before reading is, I said I would do it last week when last week's chapter came out. I looked at all my screen time notes that I've been taking and caught up to the past couple chapters with those notes, and compiled everything from 2023, so I could tell you the characters that had the most screen time in 2023. And let me see if I can throw this up on screen, actually. So I had it pulled up in another tab. I think I can actually show it to you. So I don't know how well or how easy it is for you to see, but it should be fine. So in 2023, I counted it all together, and the character that had the most screen time, obviously Bomb. So when I do my 600 ranking and my 500 ranking, obviously ties will, if there's a tie for third place like this, that would count for third, fourth, and fifth. but I didn't count it that way here, just to include as many characters as possible. Also, with the smaller sample size, you're going to end up with more dies, so there probably won't be as many in the actual 600 chapter screen time ranking. But yeah, Bomb was the most. He's the main character. It makes sense. Andrasi had the second most screen time in 2023, followed by Kuneye, Lilial, and the Serpent Master, followed by Yuri, then by Traumerei, then by Tiara and Rak, who, like, people brought up when I posted this. It's kind of sad. Yeah, Rak has had plenty of screen time, but he's done very little. He's done a couple things, but none of those things have been really, like, character-driven things. Rak really hasn't had any character work for the screen time that he has had. He's been comic relief at best most of the time, and just standing around at worst. Mate, Yama, and Dravi is next. Dravi, a surprising amount of screen time, then Lopobia Ren, followed by Lobodon, Shiliel, and Hema Slime, then by Gustang and Yasracha, and if you were to count past that, 11 would have been a big tie between Jinsung, Cha, Laura, Kirin, and Goruro. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. Since I said I would last week, that is the characters ranked by screen time from 2023. And yeah, either way, let's just get into actually reading here. We have a violence warning, and I have to put the filter up so I don't get in trouble. Hopefully, ideally, if I get in trouble anyway, that's gonna suck. But either way, let's start reading. We have 593, Season 3, Episode 176. Warning, this episode contains depictions of violence that may be upsetting for some readers. Why aren't I by the family head's side, you ask? It's funny to hear that, coming from someone who's been wandering around freely with a whole field army. What about you? Why'd you suddenly show up now? You were the first person to break off all contact and go missing as soon as the war began. What right do you have to come here now and say that to me? You were the one who left the battleship in my command, Kirin. Don't you remember why I left with the... You were the one who left the battleship in my command? Who I left... That's kind of a weird thing, because, I mean, Kirin didn't leave the battleship in his command, he left it in Kirin, so I think that might be a translation issue. Like, you were the one I left in charge of the battleship, or I left in command of the battleship, Kirin. Don't you remember why I left with the field army? I think that would make more logical sense. Or maybe I'm just being dumb. You told me you would stay with the family head, so you asked me to take the troops and leave to avoid a power struggle. You act like you obey me, but you're always scheming against me behind my back. You have no right to criticize me, Lobodon. You're an outsider to our family. Stay out of this war. Kirin, you're going to regret saying that. And we're actually going to get a clash. And I mentioned it, I think it was the week before last, where this is the first time we could see two people this powerful actually, truly clash without potentially holding back. Or getting, like, interrupted or kind of playing around. This could be the first time we see an actual clash from people this strong. And we have Lopobia Split 4. Where are you, Goruro? Says Purpur. I love Purpur. It reminds me of the one meme video of the guy reacting to the person putting mustard and pepper on a steak. Too much purpur on the steak. Come out, wherever you are. There's so much purpur. Branch leader, we're in trouble. Lobodon just appeared on the battlefield. Lobodon. Shoot, run, everyone. I love Purpur's design. I like Purpur and Goruro a lot. I feel like they're the closest, I've said it before, the closest visually to Traumerei of his children that we've seen. There's also, like, I wonder what young Lobodon would have looked like. Because you'd think, since he has, like, the green at the ends of his hair, that young Lobodon would probably look a lot like Traumerei. There's also something that kind of came to me, or that I've been thinking about, is I kind of wish that this Lopobia stuff was more organized, because when it comes to branch heads and former branch heads and people who were potential branch heads, like the hatchlings, or what 23 animals counted as the 23 great beasts, what actually counts as the 7 controlled by Traumerei. So much of it is so unclear and doesn't feel like it lines up that well with what the branches are, that it's a little confusing, and I wish CU had just been a little bit more organized with all of this. But shoot, or run, everyone. If he catches us here, we're all dead. The irregular's so close now. Okay. Is that the wolf getting tossed or just floating in the air with some of the others? It's very small and hard to tell. And the one whose identity beneath the Kirin mask hasn't been revealed is over here with Tiara. I sure hope that woman kept her promise. Something else that's really cool, I don't remember if I brought it up in my video or just when I was talking to people, is how it feels like Kirin took people that Traumare was thinking that he kicked out of the family, that he deposed. People that he was like, okay, you're not a branch head anymore. And behind Traumare's back, Kirin was kind of collecting these former branch heads, these people that were supposed to be kicked out, and keeping them hidden as his own private army. The hostages have probably all been set free by now. Alright. Oh, and he's charging her. In that case, there's no reason for me. So, the Kirin soldier actually went on the attack first, it seems. And she blocks with a kick to go with you and knocks the horn off of the mask. And then crashes down on the back of his head as well. Instead of just growing horns. Oh, and they were kicked through the dugong. Rip dugong. Try learning some actual fighting skills. I wonder if they're going to be somebody important, or maybe they were just taken down right there. Just one shot without really being revealed as a third former branch head. So we have the fight going on now between Kirin and Lobadan. Alright. The two of them do clash fists, with Kirin blocking Lobadan. I love the straps on his arms that have the rings coming off of them. They're so cool looking. And we're getting a close-up shot of them. And they actually wrap around Lobadan's arm. Was this part of his ability then? They tighten. It seems like he punches through anyway. Still blocked by Kirin though. And his punch shatters the platform that they're on, breaking everything apart. Man, Kirin's design is so cool. You're still all brawn and no brain. I don't understand the family head. You're practically a wild beast. Why did he give you that tree? You're still wondering about that, Kirin. Of course I am. Thanks to that tree, you became the only one of us who's able to command a plant. But, unlike the tree, you never stay in one place and guard your surroundings. Okay, so he is the only one who controls a plant then. Is this, the same is true even now? You rushed over here because I've taken your daughters hostage. Sorry, I was just taking all this in. And yet the family's branch heads are being slaughtered in the meantime. What? Oh, we're cutting back to what's happening with the branch leaders. Because they had just been attacked by Erno and Kier. We have Chili Bear, that was Wee Wee, the Chili Bear, the Frost Bear guy. Those Pobadao jerks. What the heck are those strange little toys they brought with them? I'll destroy them all. Alright. Commander, the branch leaders are putting up more of a fight than we expected, and we're seeing Proust. I should have known they would fight back. Even when caught off guard, they're not easy to surprise. How are preparations for the wide-range warp coming along? The warp is all ready, Commander. Excellent. Then let's warp once more. I want to bring them into our territory as planned. Kirin, did you hand the branch leaders over to Pobadao's forces? You're one to talk. In case you've forgotten, you disobeyed the family head's orders and disappeared without a trace. And then, you tried to use that book to stop the war. That was because, Lobadan, they slipped you information about that book on purpose. They wanted to separate you from the family head, and you walked right into their trap without even realizing it. What? You've always been this way. You say you're loyal to the family head, but you secretly hoped that he'd do as you wish, and when he didn't, you left the battleship once again. So, did you get the book? Did you stop the war? You and I are the same, Lobadan. We both pretend to understand the family head, but we don't have a clue about what he's thinking. We tell ourselves that he loves us, but he's never shown us true love. I'm sick of it. Only a fool would expect the family head to love him like a son. And this is what I said when we first got introduced way back then, when we got introduced to the concept of revolution. I said that since it seems like Kirin's involved, since it seems like Bellerir is involved, and they said something about the balance of things being off, it feels like the balance is for, and like something about like taking over or whatever, the next generation. I don't even know, they may have even explicitly said this. The balance is typically the older generation dies off and then a new generation rises up. But because of the immortality contracts, instead, the family heads are just stagnating up at the top and leaving their sort of progeny to be forever below them. But it almost seems like what Revolution wants to do is overthrow the family heads and restore balance, in the sense that like Bellerir or Kirin want to take out Gastong or Traumerei and supplant them as the new head of the family. That's why I decided to team up with them and give them classified information about our family, in exchange for being guaranteed the family head's title later. So again, he plans to take over for Traumerei's new family head. What? How could you turn your back on our father like that? And for those that say, it doesn't make sense because they're not irregulars, I think that, to an extent you have a point. But I also think that while irregular is this huge godlike title, we have to also think about it in the sense that there are characters that are almost pseudo-irregulars in their ability to break rules, like the Slayers. But in addition to that, we know that people within the 10 families are born with contracts, but not only that, that they are born just stronger than people who are native tower born. So even if they aren't directly irregulars themselves, these people who have like half irregular blood are still incredibly powerful compared to normal tower born people. And then you take somebody who's like Eurasia N, who's ranked tied for 7th in the tower. Eurasia N is born of 2 irregulars, plus has been infused with the blood of a 3rd irregular. So how do you classify somebody like Eurasia N, who's, again, born of 2 irregulars and has the blood of a 3rd fused in? How powerful is she potentially? But either way, what? How could you turn your back on our father like that? Father? What do you mean? I don't have a father. I've realized something. The fatherly love that we wanted so desperately from the family head was already used up on other people long ago. There's none left for us. What? What do you mean, Kirin? In his pocket gives him a message. Albaba and the executives have been attacked. I don't think we can get the irregular this time. Unfortunately, I missed the irregular because of you, but I'll have to back down for now. Don't even think about trying to stop this war, Lobadan. Oh, so Kirin's just going to dip. This was a really amazing conversation, though. Like, it spells out a lot of the things that I'd already been thinking, that I'd already been theorizing. It spells them out more clearly, but it's really cool that we did get this spelled out for us in this way. Like, we know Kirin's motives much better, his reasons behind those motives. It makes so much sense now. The reasons that the Povedal family started the war are not as simple as you think. This war cannot be stopped. Not until everything has been burned to the ground. And we know that, that's how Gastong is thinking. Well, take care. And he leaves. Kirin! And we have, not Rakukaku Kakuka. I joked last time and called him Kaduru. Kukuda, that's his name, Kukuda. I kept forgetting. We have the Hete there. I think these are Kukuda's flames. Alright, we have another punch being charged up. Stop right there, Kirin. And he launches it. Just like when he first attacked Hugo. But it seems like Kirin is able to avoid it. It wasn't strong enough. And the Hete comes up behind Kirin. It's okay, don't worry about it. Lobodon's probably just sad to see me go. Start the warp. And again, they can warp without the, its tail is so cool. That's neat. They can warp without the actual warp drive. We're heading over to the arena. This is cool. So everything is going to be coming to a climax and meeting up at the arena. The station. Are you sure you'll be okay? Do you want me to help you, Bomb? No, that's all right. You've already helped more than enough. If you interfere with the two families anymore, it could get you into trouble. From this point on, I'll deal with this myself. It makes sense, too. Yuri really does need to stay out of this, because she's already kind of in trouble. I won't cause any more trouble for you. You've grown up so much, Baham, and she hugs him. Turns away. It's so touching, to watch a little boy grow up like this. It brings tears to my eyes. And Yuri leaves. The battle between Bam and Elbaba. And we have him grabbing Laura. And people, I think, brought up last time how her hair was sometimes tied up, sometimes not. And I think that's our explanation now for why it's not. We see the suspendium falling out here. There you are, Irregular. Where the heck have you been this whole time? And we have Kukura. This must be Robodon's tree. I need to use fire to break free from the tree. But as soon as I turn into flames, I'll lose my grip on these two. Shiliel, is this what I think it is? Yep, it's our grandfather's tree. I can't let them get away. Oh, look at the two of you trapped together like that. It warms my heart to see. And Dorsey's a hard. This is such a cute panel of her. The smug face. That's adorable. Now, I'll help whoever begs me to save them first. What's wrong? Don't you want my help? Of course not. And again, their faces as well, especially Shiliel's is great. Oh no, I have to do something. Fine then, go ahead and die. Doesn't matter to me. Wait, are you really going to be like that? It's your own fault for not begging me to save you. Okay, hold on. Otherwise, I'll lose them. No. Okay? And he lets go of them? We have Bomb firing off Shinwan Ryu. And the burb is flying back. How did he manage to hit me? I can't believe how much that hurt. That really hurt. I don't know how you did that, but I can't stand pain. I'm getting out of here. Kukura's leaving. I do kind of love that Kukura is gonna, like, run and possibly return as a recurring character. That's pretty funny. And now, but now, also, Elbaba's left all alone now that Kirin and Kukura have left. Damn it, what's your problem? That woman and her daughters have nothing to do with you. Why do you keep getting in my way? You're friends with Elaine. You should be helping me, not them. I clearly heard you say Elaine is no longer my daughter. Do you remember that? This kid's really getting on my nerves. He always has an answer for everything. He steps forward. At the end of the day, you're still just an irregular. And he pulls out what looks to be an arms inventory? Have you forgotten your place? It's opening up to reveal spears, I'm assuming. We have Laura reacting to the wolf. And he brings out the spears. Die. And he sends them all towards them. Elbaba, transcendental skill, dancing with wolves. Or, the blocking here just seems kind of off. Just orb. Right? Just labeling it for us, orb. And then storm. Alright, again, I wonder the translation here, if this is just him saying storm, or he's used an attack called Maelstrom before, though it didn't look like this. Again, I don't know how solid the translation is or not. But he rushes forward after breaking through the spear attack. You little. We have a clang. Oh, it looks like Bomb is actually blocking an attack from Elbaba, preemptively. You can't beat me, Irregular. I'm a branch head of the Lopobia family. You don't stand a chance. And he activates the thorn in order to grab him and hits him with an uppercut, knocking him backwards. Oh? But Elbaba actually just hangs in there and responds, it looks like, with his own punch. But Bomb brings out his hand. Floral butterfly. Alright? Piercing technique. And he blasts him away. It's always nice to see Bomb actually use, like, the thorn and stuff. And Elbaba gets blown back. Since you're the father of a friend of mine, I'll go easy on you. And that's where we end. I'm assuming this will probably end. Elbaba's just gonna probably, like, take the L, except that things didn't work out. That's what I'm assuming. Just gonna be like, okay, yeah, this didn't work. Good game, Bomb. I lost. Fine. The twins and Laura, they get to live. Okay. That's the way I assume this will go. Again, I'll take the thing off so you can see the credits while I talk for a bit. Yeah, it was a fun chapter. I think the stuff with Bomb and Kirin, I don't know. I don't get as excited for Bomb in a fight scenario or action scenario when lately, again, it is just, he's a super powerful irregular, even rankers or high rankers. He can just, again, Elbaba, he's a high ranker. Bomb is just gonna quip about how we'll go easy on him. It's whatever. That doesn't really excite me just because we've hit that point in the story. I think we've maybe hit that point in the story way too early, where Bomb in combat situations, I'm just like, it'll be fine, who cares? Because, yeah, it'll be fine. Bomb will just handle it, no problem whatsoever. So that's an issue, kind of. But I think the best part of this, that's the thing. The Bomb parts of the story have not been the best, but the parts of the story surrounding Bomb have been incredibly, incredibly good. Like Bomb just coming in, absorbing the book, it's like, really? That's kind of annoying. But again, everything surrounding that's been so good. I think Tower of God's been incredible lately. I've said multiple times, some of the best stuff in the actual series. And I think a large portion of that is because of the stuff happening around or away from Bomb. But I'm still, hoping that CU can pull out some good storytelling for Bomb. I'm not, gonna just be super negative, like, oh, it'll never be good again or anything. Because there is some solid stuff with Bomb. It's just that I think CU really just already messed up by making him too strong too quickly. Because by making him, too strong too quickly, it's already been happening for a good 100, 200 chapters by now, that whenever Bomb's in a situation, I would say everything even Floor of Death onward, when Bomb's in a situation, it's like, oh well, he's just gonna win. there's not really any tension when it comes to Bomb. It's like he's just gonna win. Everything from there onward. Floor of Death was maybe okay. Hidden Floor, I think, brought it back and did a good job. But definitely everything Last Station onward. Bomb's just kind of been too strong to be that entertaining as a character. But the best part of this, definitely the conversation between Lobanon and Kirin. That was amazing. Again, all of this stuff is really good and really intricate, and I kind of also do wish it was a little bit more organized, but it is what it is. I thought it was great. Thought it was a very good chapter. I thought it's always been a very good chapter. Like I said at the beginning, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you. And also, I really do want to say, please keep an eye out, be ready, be excited for Chapter 600, because Chapter 600, I finally get to do another screen time video. I'm just so excited to finally get the opportunity to do that again after 100 chapters. Technically, I did a little update for 550, but I'm almost not counting that, because while it was a lot of work, and while it is a good video in terms of stuff I've made, it's not like I wanted it to be a big 100 chapter, every 100 chapter thing. I just did it at 550 because we were going on a long hiatus. But either way, that's it, I think. Thank you so much for watching. Like you did like the video. Comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, my first thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more. Tower of God, much more on the channel. Again, you've been having Tower of God reactions and everything else for 8 years now. So, I feel like I have the track record for you if you want to subscribe. It'd be very nice. 8 years and we're at what, 2.5K? So if you want to subscribe, it'd be amazingly appreciated. In addition to that, if you want to follow on Twitter, you can. You can see stuff that I post there, like that, like the screen time tweets that I showed, but that's also kind of buried in all of the anime girls and stuff that I'm retweeting. So there's also that. if you want to talk to me or more of us about Tower of God or anything else on Discord, the Discord server is free and open for anyone. All you have to do is ask, and I can give you a link to it. And if you want to help support the channel, a super thanks would always be appreciated. It's basically a super chat for the comments. It's very much appreciated. Or if you want to help support the channel by becoming a patron or channel member, you can hit join down below to become a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. That will be in the description. And patrons, channel members, they get One Piece videos early. In addition to that, they get a shout out at the end of every single video. There aren't any new patrons or members, but I think I need to update the crowns on this little, hold on, let me bring up the end card. I think I need to upgrade or update these crowns, because I think some of these people have now, some of you have been here a year that I forgot to give the black crown to. Don't know if anyone else has been here 2 years to give a bronze to. Evan Hawley, all the way at the gold, been a chosen regular for 4 years now. But huge thank you to patrons and members. We have chosen regular Evan Hawley, who has been here for 4 years with a gold crown. Magical Girls, FR Nono, and Smeller Dog, who I think Smeller Dog might be at a year now. I think I need to update Smeller Dog. With the black crowns, Chariot Institute and David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stance Eater, and Pure Element, Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much. You have all done so much to support the channel. Again, these are amazing people who have done so much to support me, and so much to support. I've seen some of them supporting other creators too. They're really, really, really great. And I've gotten to talk to so many of them in the comments and on Discord. You're all really great. I just wanted to lay on the flattery a little bit more. I love all of you. Thank you so much. And even if you're somebody who doesn't really comment, you're just lurking around, I'm a social mess, so I'm kind of the same. I watch everybody's stuff and just kind of lurk around and don't comment much. Don't comment much unless I'm just telling them thank you and I appreciate them. That's the way I am with YouTubers a lot of the time. So yeah, thank you so much for your support, and thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.